Royal Bombshell, Princess Leonor's mysterious lover uncovered. Madrid, the heart of Spain, where royal traditions meet modern expectations. For years, Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, has been the image of perfection, disciplined, elegant, and entirely devoted to her duty. But what if behind the calm smile of Spain's future queen lies a secret no one ever expected? What if the royal family has been hiding something, or rather, someone? And what if this someone isn't the kind of man the monarchy would ever approve of? They say love and royalty rarely mix. But for Princess Leonor, love may have crossed into the forbidden. This is not the story the palace wants you to hear, but it's the one that refuses to stay buried. It all began quietly, away from cameras and formal dinners. A moment of genuine connection that didn't belong to the crown, but to a young woman searching for herself. During her years of training at the military academy in Zaragoza, Leonor's life was watched by millions, but it was there, among routine drills and long, exhausting days, that she met someone unexpected. He wasn't royal. He wasn't political. He wasn't the type of man the Spanish monarchy would ever select. Yet he had something else, something that disarmed her entirely. A quiet confidence. A way of looking at her that saw beyond the title. And for the first time, the future Queen of Spain was simply Leonor, a young woman, falling in love. At first, their meetings were innocent. Shared conversations over coffee, brief exchanges between duties. But soon, those moments stretched into secret walks, unspoken emotions, and letters exchanged through trusted friends. Every word carried risk. Every glance could be misinterpreted. But love, as history proves, is often most powerful when it's forbidden. So who is this mysterious man? Insiders claim he comes from a respected, but non-royal Spanish family, possibly a fellow cadet or someone within the academy's inner circle. His identity remains carefully guarded, but sources close to Zarzuela Palace whisper that the king himself became aware of the connection months ago. And what happened next left the royal corridors divided. Queen Letizia, known for her protective nature and firm guidance, reportedly insisted the relationship could threaten Leonor's focus and the royal image. King Felipe, ever the diplomat, wanted to handle the matter quietly, believing that his daughter deserved to experience love, even under scrutiny. But the tension only grew when Leonor refused to end it. She reportedly told her closest friends that for once, she didn't want to choose duty over her heart. That small act of rebellion, whispered in the halls of power, sent shockwaves through the royal establishment. Spain's press caught on when subtle changes appeared. Leonor's demeanor softened, her smile, more genuine, her appearances, more radiant. And one day, during a military ceremony, observers noticed something unusual, a small pendant around her neck, shaped like a single star. Insiders now believe it was a gift from him. What began as quiet curiosity soon turned into speculation. Who was he? How long had this been going on? And was the royal family covering it up? The deeper the press dug, the more questions surfaced. A name began circulating, not confirmed, but impossible to ignore. A young man with a background in diplomacy, educated abroad, with ties to a well-known Spanish academic family. Not royal, but respected. Intelligent, charismatic, and dangerously close to Princess Leonor's heart. Reports suggest they first met at a cultural event tied to her schooling, long before her military years. Their paths crossed again later, and by then, the connection had grown undeniable. Private correspondence between Leonor and this man reportedly reached the attention of royal aides, and that's when the real pressure began. Inside the palace, a debate erupted. Should the relationship be suppressed, or should the monarchy embrace a new era, one where the future queen's heart could guide her fate? It's a question that mirrors Spain's struggle between tradition and modernity. For Leonor, it was never about rebellion. It was about authenticity. In a world where every word, every movement, and every glance is analyzed, she wanted one thing that was truly hers, something untouched by politics or expectation. Those close to her describe the relationship as deeply emotional, almost poetic. He reportedly writes her letters filled with admiration for her courage and humility, calling her, "Mi estrella escondida, my hidden star." For a young woman raised under the weight of a crown, those words might be the most precious gift of all. But no royal romance is ever without consequence. The Spanish press recently reported that palace officials have tightened security around Leonor's private communications. Some insiders claim her visits outside official duties are being monitored more closely than ever. The fear that this man, though sincere, could become a political risk, or worse, a media weapon in the wrong hands. And yet, despite the tension, those who know Leonor best say her spirit has changed. She's more confident, more at peace, as if she's no longer living solely for Spain's expectations, but for her own heart. Could this be the beginning of a love story that redefines the Spanish monarchy? Or will it become another tragic chapter in royal history, a love too real, too human, for the world to accept? History remembers similar tales. Princess Margaret of the UK, who gave up love for duty. Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, who defied scandal to marry her prince. Even her own mother, Queen Letizia, once an outsider, faced relentless scrutiny for her non-royal roots. Leonor has grown up watching those stories unfold, knowing that love within the monarchy is never simple, but always worth the risk. The whispers now suggest that if the relationship continues, a quiet understanding has formed between father and daughter. King Felipe reportedly told close advisors that he trusts Leonor's judgment, a signal that, perhaps, this love may have a future after all. But make no mistake, if this romance becomes public, it will test Spain's monarchy like never before. The country adores Leonor, but the institution she represents thrives on stability. The question is, can love and legacy coexist within the same crown? As of now, the mysterious lover remains unnamed in official records, and palace spokespeople refuse to comment. But every photograph, every subtle smile, and every symbolic gesture from Leonor seems to tell the same story, one of quiet defiance wrapped in grace. Spain waits, holding its breath, as the young woman destined to be queen walks the thin line between love and duty. Behind the grandeur of palaces and ceremonies lies a secret still unfolding, one that could define not just her reign, but the very soul of the Spanish monarchy. Because at the heart of this royal bombshell isn't scandal, it's something far more powerful. It's a reminder that even queens fall in love. That beneath the tiara, there beats a human heart, one that dares to choose for itself. And perhaps, that's the real revolution Princess Leonor will bring to Spain.